apparently, I think it's supposed to be like 14 or 16 degrees today, but it feels like it's 13. You know, on the weather app, it tells you what it is and then it tells you what it feels like due to wind chill, blah, blah, blah. And actually, it feels like it's about 9, to be honest with you. I'm just about to check the thermometers and go and get another thermometer, because I'm going to start recording what the actual temperature is, as well as what the weather reports say it is as well. Because I know there's been some talk about giving the pensioners some fuel allowance or whatever this year. But if they've been doing these Sky experiments, then number one, the pensioners need the money backdated, because a lot of these people in this elderly accommodation, their heating is set, so it comes on automatically. Like as soon as it hits 9 or 10 degrees, probably for older people it's set much higher, like 14 or 15, that their heating will just kick on automatically. So, I mean, they're being fleeced even in the spring and summer months, because this is not seasonal really. And the sort of cold it's bitter. It's like space cold, it's really cold. So that's number one. But number two is, if the government have received any money for allowing these experiments, or the company in question, for example, then really, first and foremost priority should be reimbursing those people who've actually had to pay more for their heating. So that should be the bulk of the money, or the first payments to be made from any money that's invested into this geoengineering must be for the loss, out of pocket expenses for that the people are going to have to endure, who, by the way, haven't consented to this. And pretty much, I would say at least 60-70% of the scientific community are not consenting to it either. It's still not, there's still no date set in Parliament for a debate about this, so we're going to have to do another petition again. And then we're really going to have to call into question the validity of the government that we've got in power at the moment, because it's quite one thing being voted in, but if you are not complying with the rules of your office, for example, when these petitions reach a certain amount of signatures, you pretty much have to debate it on behalf of the citizens, then basically it's sort of like, what's the word on a boat, like a mutiny kind of thing. So yeah, we can sort of say it's a bit of a coup that they're not complying with the agreed and accepted rules of business. So it's just such a shame that it has to come to such fierce measures all the time, that you have to be this prepared, to march forward kind of thing, or they would just carry on taking, ignoring. And I mean, that just can't be the case, because like I say, a lot of our older people will be living in retirement villages, retirement flats, even the sort of more affluent ones, and their heating will just come on automatically as soon as their apartments or buildings, reach a certain temperature. So that's not right. And I think probably the best way to look at the temperature averages is to average them out over 10 years, with paying specific interest into the weather, the year of the pandemic lockdowns, because that was a glorious summer, because there was no geoengineering taking place at that time. It sort of makes me wonder now if it's been taking place even before that, given the crap summers that we get sometimes. But you just chalk that up to it being the United Kingdom, and it's the luck of the draw. But you could easily sort of average it out over a 10-year average. And I think, which is why we, the citizens, need to start keeping our own records of the temperature, because what the apps and weather channels are sort of saying is not actually accurate. So we need to start recording that and evidencing it as well. So anyway, does that sound really anal? Probably. Oh, shut up, Tasha, and just have a walk.